Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Yatta āpoca paṭhavi tejo vāyo na gādati ato sarā nivattanti etta vattaṃ na vattati etta nāmaṃca rūpaṃca asesaṃ uparujjati.
Friends, I am glad to be here with you in Edmonton towards the end of this year, 2017. So today we all are here to understand the Dhamma and practice the Dhamma. As you all got together this morning at this temple, Samatha Vipassana Meditation Center, you all observe 8 precepts and we all together practice meditation. Now the time is for us to listen to a Dhamma talk. For this Dhamma talk, our topic is the 7 factors of enlightenment and how they develop to realize featureless consciousness. Bit long topic, though, simply the 7 factors of enlightenment. 7 factors of enlightenment are to be understood as part of our real practice. Simply practicing samatha meditation is not the teaching of the Buddha. It is incomplete then. Because before the Buddha, even before the Buddha, there were many teachers, many rishis, practitioners. They practiced, developed samatha meditation, concentration meditation, which is not sufficient enough. Not enough, because we need to practice vipassana. That is the specialty. That is the uniqueness of the teaching of the Buddha. So Buddha taught us both serenity and insight, samatha and vipassana. That is why, with understanding this, we started this place as Samatha Vipassana Meditation Center. Several persons suggested me to name it as Vipassana Meditation. I understood that it is not complete. That's why the place was started with the name Samatha Vipassana Meditation Center. So when we practice meditation, vipassana, we have to practice 7 factors of enlightenment. Because this is part and parcel of the teaching of the Buddha, real teaching of the Buddha. You know, the Buddha has taught us factors of enlightenment as the real teaching of the Buddha. These factors are 37 total. 37 factors of enlightenment. That is what the Buddha really taught us. In the last days of the Buddha, Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the Buddha very clearly said, monks, the Dhamma that I realized and revealed should be thoroughly learnt by you. Study, practice, for the benefit of multitudes in the world. Practice for the benefit of gods and men, humans. What are those Dhamma, the Buddha said? What are those Dhamma revealed by me? The 37 factors of enlightenment. What are those 37? 4 establishments of mindfulness, 4 right efforts, 4 roads to power, 7 factors, 5 faculties, 5 powers, 7 factors of enlightenment, and the Noble Eightfold Path. Those are the 37 factors. Of these 37 factors, there are 7 factors which are called 7 factors of enlightenment. These are the real factors which lead us to the realization of Nibbana, the realization of the 4 noble truths and the real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. That is why these 7 are called 7 factors of enlightenment. So then, what are these 7 factors? First one is mindfulness. Mindfulness as the factor for the attainment of enlightenment. You know, mindfulness is the practice, as the Buddha said, it is the main, it is the key, it is the watchword. It is the most important thing to practice. If we practice this one thing, we can develop all other Dhamma. Mindfulness is such an important thing. So the factor as a mindfulness, we practice, we develop this from the very first day of our meditation. Whenever we start meditation in our life, as the first time, from that day, day by day, we develop this factor, mindfulness. When we practice this, develop this, one day it becomes a factor of enlightenment. Mindfulness as a factor. Sati, the Pali term is sati. Sati sambojjhanga. Sati sambojjhanga. Bojjhanga means bodhi anga, 2 terms combined. Bodhi anga once combined becomes bojjhanga. Bodhi is enlightenment. Anga means factor. Enlightenment factors. Sati, mindfulness, this is the first one. Second one, when we practice, develop mindfulness again and again, further and further, we can see the Dhamma. We can develop our ability to observe things. When we observe things, we can understand the real nature of things, where we can understand our own nature. The Buddha's emphasis is to understand our own nature. We have to observe ourselves. When we observe ourselves, we can understand 5 aggregates here. 5 aggregates. What are the 5 aggregates? Form aggregates. This form, we can see this form, impermanent nature of this form. Then feelings, perception, volitional formations and consciousness. These are the 5. We can see these 5 aggregates. And then we can see these bases, internal bases and external bases as well. In such a way, we see the Dhamma We see the Dhamma because we observe the Dhamma, we investigate the Dhamma. That is what is called investigation of the Dhamma. That is the second factor of enlightenment. Investigation of the Dhamma. Third, when we develop this ability to observe, understand, investigate the Dhamma, it gives us extra energy to practice. We want to practice more and more. It urges us, it helps us, it encourages us to practice more and more. It is because of our energy. That is called virya. Virya is the third factor. So this is how we practice. We develop factors, these 7 factors. When we practice mindfulness, we observe, we have energy to do it, continue it, carry on further and further. That is because of our energy. Energy as a factor. Virya. With this virya, we practice more and more, and where arises rapture, joy. We have happy feeling, rapture. Oh, great. I can understand now. I can understand further. Further I want to experience. With that sort of encouragement, we practice with clear mind, rapturous mind. That is what is called rapture. Rapture is the 4th factor of enlightenment. So far, sati as mindfulness, Dhamma vichaya, the investigation of Dhamma, the 3rd effort, virya, 4th, rapture, piti. Now, when we have piti, then the body is calm, and we feel that it is quite tranquility, calmness of our body and calmness of our mind, which is called passaddhi, tranquility. Passaddhi, prasada, pasada, calmness. That itself is a factor. Passaddhi. Then samadhi. Samadhi is concentration. Finally, upekha, equanimity. So, sati, dhamma vichaya, virya, piti, passaddhi, samadhi, upekha. These are the 7 factors of enlightenment. Friends, the Buddha said, if one neglect this, because sometimes people don't talk about these things. Even though they practice Dhamma, practice meditation, some people, even they don't talk about these 7 factors. Without practicing these 7 factors, we cannot complete our meditation. Simply practicing samatha is not enough. Just sitting. When I ask people, most people, when I ask, they say that they practice vipassana. Sometimes people don't know, they don't know the meaning of vipassana. Vipassana means what? When they ask vipassana means, when they are questioned, they don't know what vipassana is. So there are many centers in the name. Many places, people visit many places. Without practicing, no meaning. So when we practice, we to understand these 7 factors. Buddha said, if one neglects these 7 factors, he neglects whole eightfold path. If you neglect these 7 factors, you neglect the whole path. What is the path? Noble Eightfold Path. That is Sila, Samadhi, Panya. The whole path is neglected. On the other hand, if you practice, if you develop these 7 factors, you are developing the Noble Eightfold Path. If you start the path. Start to walk on the path. If you neglect the path. That is the meaning. Another occasion, Buddha said, monks, these 7 factors are to be understood clearly. Nowhere else you can find this. Only in this Sugata Vinaya. Sugata Vinaya. Sugata, who is Sugata? The Buddha. Sugata Vinaya means Buddha's teaching. Only in this teaching you can see these 7 factors of enlightenment. When the Buddhas are born, they realize these 7 factors. They develop these 7 factors and they reveal these 7 factors of enlightenment. The Buddha said, these 7 are like 7 gems of a monarch. These are you see the Buddhas, every Buddha has 7 gems. These are the 7 gems of the Buddha. Like 7 gems of the monarch, universal king. He has 7 gems like wheel gem, horse gem, elephant gem, woman gem, jewel gem, then commander gem, and steward gem. Like that, 7 gems for the monarch, universal king. In the same manner, the Buddha has 7 gems. These are the 7 gems of the Buddha. Occasion, compare this to the rafters of a peak house. You know the peak house, early days people, when they built houses, they built the house with a ridge pole to which all rafters are hooked from different directions. So when the ridge pole is broken, all rafters broken, house is broken, house is scattered. That is what exactly Buddha said right after the attainment of enlightenment. Aneka jati sansarang sandha vissang animbisa. Like that, you know this stanza. Buddha said, I broke the ridge pole, scattered the rafters of the house. House builder, you cannot build house any longer. No more building of houses. So like that, Buddha then compared these 7 factors to the rafters of the house. All rafters heading to the ridge pole from different directions. Just like that, all these factors leading us to the realization of Nibbana, for the attainment of enlightenment. So, how should we practice this? How should we develop this? Is to be understood. In order to develop this, Buddha very clearly said in the Anapanasati Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya, Middle Length Sayings, Sutta number 118, Anapanasati Sutta, mindfulness of breathing, where the Buddha said, Anapanasati bhikkhave bhavita bahuli kata chattaro satipatthane paripuranti. monks, when mindfulness of breathing is developed and cultivated, it fulfills the four establishments of mindfulness. You see, the meaning is, when you practice mindfulness of breathing, one thing. When you practice this one thing, what is that one thing? Mindfulness of breathing. Then it developed, come to the fulfillment of four things. You practice one thing, develop four things. What are the four? Four establishments of mindfulness. You can develop mindfulness of body as body, feelings as feelings, then mind as mind, and mental objects as mental objects. Those four. Then the Buddha said, when you practice, develop these four establishments of mindfulness, you practice, develop, and come to the fulfillment of 7 factors of enlightenment. That is the way. That is the way. Then what is the way? Practicing the 4 establishments of mindfulness. When we practice the 4 establishments of mindfulness, we can experience, we can develop, we can come to the fulfillment of the 7 factors of enlightenment. That is the way to practice. And further, Buddha said, when practice, viveka nissitang, in order to practice, develop these 7 factors, it is quite difficult to develop this by doing many different things. Doing our daily activities, running here and there, many activities, busy, leading this so-called busy life. It's quite difficult. We have to have viveka. What is viveka? Viveka is detachment. Detachment is threefold: mental detachment, bodily detachment, and detachment from all attachment. Chitta viveka, kaya viveka, and upadi viveka. First, of course, we need bodily viveka. Bodily, we need viveka, we need detachment to this body. We should detach from many different attachments, many different activities, doing many different things. Whatever we do throughout the life until our last breath, not enough. We have many things to do. We cannot finish these things. Nobody can finish these jobs. Keep this in your mind. Whatever the jobs to be done, whatever the things to be done at home, office, in the name of your spouse, in the name of your children, in the name of your relatives, in the name of duty to be performed, to be fulfilled, we cannot finish these things. That is why we have to curb these things, control these things. We have to think of ourselves, and we have to practice. We have to take the maximum benefit of this life. It is not by simply eating, drinking, doing many activities, so-called activities. If you do activities mindfully, it would help you. But simply doing many different things in the name of such so-called service or duties, you cannot finish these things. One day we have to think of ourselves. We have to practice. We have to start and practice. We cannot live long. Maximum 100 years. Maximum. Before that, we all should be ready to go. Before 100. Therefore, we have to think this. That's the way. So, when we think of this, we can understand and we can practice more and more. So, the Buddha taught us to practice the 4 establishments of mindfulness. These 7 factors of enlightenment. In order to develop these 7 factors, we have to have viveka, our bodily viveka. That is what I wanted to explain to you. Viveka. Take viveka. Bodily viveka and mental viveka. When we want to give bodily viveka, we try to go somewhere. Suppose you go to a woods to practice in a forest, then you have bodily viveka. You can go to a particular retreat, then you have bodily viveka. But if you are thinking of things at home, going after a retreat, bodily you have viveka at the retreat center, in a monastery, retreat center. You are bodily there, but mentally not there. You are thinking of wife, your husband, your family activities. If you are thinking of such things, then no viveka at all for your mind. No mental viveka, no mental detachment. That itself is important. So then, upadi viveka. Upadi means these 5 aggregates. One day you have to give detachment to this attached body, the attachment to these 5 aggregates as well. That is called upadi viveka. So viveka is important. Buddha said, when we develop these 7 factors of enlightenment, viveka nissitang, it is to be done based on viveka. Viveka nissitang. Then viraga nissitang, based on dispassion, instead passion. When you have passion, you can practice meditation. You are emotional. You have to be passion free. No passion. That is why it is called dispassion. Viraga, no raga. Viraga. Of all dhammas, once the Buddha said, in the Dhammapada there is a stanza, the Buddha said, Magga Nattangiko Setto, of all paths, Noble Eightfold Path is the best. Of all paths, whatever the path, the best is the Noble Eightfold Path. Magga Nattangiko Setto. Satchanang Chaturo Pada, of all Satcha means truth, whatever truth. All truth, the 4 noble truths are the best. Virago Setto Dhammana, that is the point. Viraga, passion free. Dispassion is the best of all Dhamma. Dispassion. So, when we develop these 7 factors of enlightenment, we have to practice based on viraga, dispassion. Viraga nissitang. Viveka nissitang, viraga nissitang. Then nirodha nissitang. Nirodha, cessation. Based on cessation, in order to cease things, not to continue things, not to carry on things more and more, further and further. but to stop things, cease things. Cease what? Cease these defilements, cease this dukkha, suffering. Viraga nisita, nirodha nisita. Then Vossagga parinaming. Vossagga parinaming means maturity to the attainment of enlightenment. Vossagga is enlightenment. Nibbana. That is understanding that it is leading towards the attainment of enlightenment. This is the way. In the Satipatthana Sutta itself, the Buddha said, when practice develop these 7 factors, you have to understand these factors when there are these in our mind. Say, for instance, if you take the first one, sati, mindfulness. While you are practicing, developing mindfulness as a enlightenment factor, you to understand when it is there in the mind. When it is there in the mind. Sati sambojjangang atti me ajjattang sati sambojjangang. You to understand that the sati is there in the mind. When it is there in the mind, you have to understand that I have mindfulness now. If there is no sati, no mindfulness in the mind, you have to understand that there is no mindfulness in the mind. In other words, when it is there in the mind, you have to understand that it is present there now. If it is present, you have to understand it as it's a present mental state. That is sati, mindfulness. If it is not there in the mind, you have to understand that there is no more. Now I have no sati, no mindfulness. Whenever the unarisen mindfulness is arising, you had no mindfulness, but you can see that it is arising. Whenever the unarisen mindfulness is arising, you have to understand that it is arising. Mindfulness is arising. That is to be understood. And as the fourth factor, fourth side, when the mindfulness is developing, come to the fulfillment, you have to understand now it is fulfilling. It is come to maturity, development. That is also to be understood. In such a way, friends, we have to understand mindfulness as a factor. 4 ways. When it is there, you have to understand. When it is not there, you have to understand. Whenever it arises, you have to understand. Whenever it comes to maturity, you have to understand. Then the factor as an investigation of the Dhamma. Then energy, rapture, then tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. All these 7 factors are to be understood in such a way. That is how we to understand these factors. When we practice, develop these 7 factors, the Buddha said, just like the dawn is the harbinger, the forerunner, the precursor for the rising of the sun. Before the sun, there is the dawn. That is the meaning. Just like that, before the practice in developing these 7 factors of enlightenment, there is a dawn. There is a harbinger. There is a forerunner. What is that? Good friend. Kalyana mitta. Kalyana mittas are very much important. Once Venerable Ananda went to the Buddha and said, Bhante, as I see, the half of this sasana, this dispensation, depends on Kalyana mitta, half of the sasana. But the Buddha said, no, Ananda, don't say that, don't say that, don't say so. This sasana not only have full sasana, is depend on Kalyana Mitra, good friend. Good friends are so important to practice. And when we have a good friend, it is the good friend, our good friend, Kalyana Mitra, who teaches us, tells us how to practice these factors, how to develop these factors. Again, the Buddha said, when you practice this, you have to develop, first you have to develop something more. That means before we practice these 7 factors of enlightenment, there are some more other things to practice. Such as 5 faculties are to be practiced. What are the 5 faculties? Saddha, the first one. Saddha means confidence. We have to have confidence. People have no confidence. When they have no confidence, what happens? They don't trust the Buddha. They don't trust the Dhamma. They don't trust the Sangha. Some people, we see, some people, they are sort of destroying the confidence of those who have confidence. That itself is a danger in society today. Those who have confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, there are some elements, some people, they destroy this confidence. That itself is a sort of sympathetic situation in Sasana today. We see this. Therefore, we have to be very careful that we should not lose the confidence that we have towards the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. We trust the Buddha, we trust the Dhamma, we trust the Sangha. With that confidence we build our house. In order to build a proper house, a firm, strong house, we should have a good foundation. That foundation is the confidence, Saddha, on which we develop our spiritual house, mansion. Saddha is the first thing, as the faculty. When you develop it, it becomes as a faculty. Saddha. Second one, virya, energy. Then sati, mindfulness. Samadhi, concentration. And panya, panya is wisdom. These 5 are called 5 faculties. These 5 are to be developed in a sort of balanced manner, just like the 5 fingers. Saddha, confidence, energy, virya, mindfulness, then concentration and wisdom. These 5 are to be balanced, like first one and the last one should be balanced. That means confidence and wisdom should be balanced. Saddha and panya. Saddha and panya should be balanced, always should be balanced. If you have more and more saddha, no panya, then your saddha becomes sort of blind saddha, blind faith, which is called blind faith. If you have wisdom, you think, oh, though I have saddha, oh, is it meaningful? When you do something, you think twice and try to understand whether this is meaningful. It is because of your wisdom. You have to go in balance. Saddha and panya should be balanced. Then the second pair should be balanced. That is virya, energy and concentration. If you have much energy, then agitation arises, restlessness arises. You can't practice. Therefore, you have to control your energy with your concentration. Energy and concentration should be balanced. In order to balance them all, you have to have the middle one, that is mindfulness. If you have no mindfulness, you cannot practice this, develop these 5 faculties. Once you develop these 5 faculties, they themselves become 5 powers. These are the things to be practiced, developed first. Then with these factors, your sila should be very good sila. 5 precepts. 5 precepts. You should not have the fear, animosity of these 5 precepts. If we have broken the precepts, we have fear. Fear in this world and the next world. Thinking of this world and next world. We should be free from fear, animosity of these 5. Not killing, not stealing, not sexual misconduct, not telling lies, not taking intoxicants. Then our sila is good, our confidence is good, we have good friend to associate. Kalyana mitta sampatti. Then sila sampatti. And we have saddha sampatti. These are the accomplishments. With these 3, we can continue our practice nicely, properly, smoothly. Then what should we develop? We should develop mindfulness, attention, giving more and more attention. Where we have attention, we all have attention, but our attention is not a wise attention. Our attention should be a wise attention. What is wise attention? If you know the Pali, I know that you know the Pali term. Wise attention, when you use the term wise attention, perhaps you cannot understand this. That is yoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara. This Pali term, most people know this Pali term. Yoniso manasikara is it's wise attention. You know, all those beings in samsara, they have attention. They have attention. What is that? The samsara means we all are in samsara, we all have the cycle which is called nama rupa and vijnana. Nama rupa paccha vijnanam, vijnana paccha nama rupa. That is the cycle. Where in the nama rupa, nama means feeling, perception, volitional formation, contact and attention. You see, 5 factors. There are 9 factors for the nama rupa. 5 factors, nama rupa. Nama means 5 factors. Feeling, perception, volitional formation, contact and attention. So that means we all beings have attention. Not only humans. But that attention is not enough. That attention is not a wise attention. We should have a wise attention. Yoniso manasikara. What is that yoniso manasikara? Yoniso manasikara means giving attention to understand the nature of it, nature of things, causes. Causes. We have to find the cause. What is the cause? What is the cause? You investigate, you observe, you do your own exploration so that you can understand the cause. That is what is called yoniso manasikara. These are the factors to come to the path as a stream enterer. You know, to become a stream enterer, we have to develop 4 factors. Now the Buddha said the 4 factors as confidence, unwavering confidence, saddha, unwavering confidence in the Buddha, unwavering confidence in the Dhamma, unwavering confidence in the Sangha. These 3. All these 3 based on confidence, saddha. That is why we have to have good saddha, unwavering saddha. Then the 4th factor is sila, which is called Aryakanta sila. Aryakanta sila means sila which is dear to noble ones, which is pristine pure sila. With these 4 factors we come to the path as the stream enterer, but not yet completed. In order to complete the path, complete our spiritual attainment, we have to have some more qualities as the factors for the Sotapanna. Of those factors, the first one is referring to the Kalyana Mitta. In this case, Kalyana Mitta become a Satpurusha. Kalyana Mitta become a Satpurusha. What is Satpurusha? True man. Satpurusha, true person. He is a true person. He is the real person. Real Satpurusha. One has to become a real Satpurusha so that he helps us to the attainment of enlightenment. His purpose is not giving this different things, material to us, support us, just giving some advice to lead the lay life, go here, there, doing good deeds, meritorious deed, give dana, simply doing this worldly stuff, worldly things. He is not the Satpurusha. Satpurusha is the real person who helps you to understand this wonderful Dhamma and realize real peace, Nibbana. Satpurusha Sansevo, that's the first factor. Satpurusha is to be associated. Satpurusha Sansevo. Then Saddhamma Savane. Saddhamma Savane. Dhamma Savane is not enough. Dhamma Savana, you listen to many Dhamma. We all listen to many Dhamma. You know, today there are many speakers. Many persons teach Dhamma. It is good. But be careful. Be careful when you listen to even Dhamma today. We have to warn. Because there are many adhamma in the name of Dhamma. Dhamma has been mistranslated, misinterpreted, misdefined by many different persons today. Because of this advancement of technology and science, people try to show that they are the enlightened ones. They simply, they declare that they are the enlightened ones, therefore they try to define the Dhamma in their own ways, which are not the right things to do. Therefore we have to be very careful, listen carefully, attentively, and do not come to hasty conclusions that this is what is right, this Bhante is very correct, this person is very correct, all others are wrong. But simply understand what they say and compare with the real Dhamma of the Buddha, means early discourses of the Buddha. Compare with the early discourses of the Buddha and understand the real teaching of the Buddha as they are. So, in such a way, we have to understand this Dhamma. When we understand this Dhamma, when we realize this Dhamma, we can develop with the help, with the support of our Satpurusha, we can realize the Dhamma. Then we can listen to the Dhamma. Mere listening is not enough. Satpurusha Sanseva, the first one. The second one is Saddhamma Savana. Understand Saddhamma, right Dhamma, supreme Dhamma. That is what is Saddhamma. Not mere Dhamma, but Saddhamma. Listen to the Saddhamma, Saddhamma Savani. Attentively, carefully listen to the right Dhamma, supreme Dhamma, Saddhamma Savani. Then Yoniso Manasikara. There again, Yoniso Manasikara is very much important. Giving attention, understand this Dhamma. Yonis with Yoniso Manasikara. And Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatti. Lead the life according to the Dhamma. These are the factors. With these factors, your spiritual attainment is completed. That is the accomplishment of your spiritual attainment. That is what is called Sotapanna. When you become a Sotapanna, you can go further. Then you can become, by attenuating other fetters, you can become Vanshritana. And the Buddha once pointed out, as the result of practicing developing these 7 factors of enlightenment, you can gain 7 fruits, 7 types of fruit. What are the 7 type of fruit? Here in this very world, you can attain enlightenment. You can become an enlightened one, Arahant, early days of your life. That is the first fruit. The second fruit is towards the end of your life, say on your deathbed, you can attain enlightenment because of developing these 7 factors of enlightenment. If not, you can attain enlightenment as an interim person. That is, after this life you can be born in pure abodes, where interim means in between. You can attain enlightenment as the third fruit. Then you can attain enlightenment by reaching there you can attain enlightenment, reach into the pure abodes. Or you can attain enlightenment with effort. There you can attain enlightenment with effort. That itself is a fruit. Or you can attain enlightenment without effort. With effort or without effort. Finally, you can attain enlightenment, or you can go further all the way towards Akanitaka. Those are different stages of enlightenment in the pure abodes. In such a way, we can gain different fruits, different fruit of practice in this Dhamma. One day the Buddha said, in order to cut off 5 higher fetters, there are 10 fetters through which we are bound to samsara. Of the 10, in order to cut off the above higher fetters, what are the higher fetters? We cling to form, existence of form, Rupa Avachara, Rupa Loka. There are different worlds called Rupa world, form world. We cling to the existence of form. Then formless state. Second one. Then we cling to conceit, mana. Then we cling to uddhacha, restlessness. Then we cling to avijja. Those are the 5 high fetters. Of the 10, once divided into 2, the first 5 are called lower fetters, next 5 are called high fetters. In order to cut off these high fetters, the Buddha said you have to develop these 7 factors of enlightenment. In such a way, Buddha taught us this wonderful Dhamma, the importance of practicing, developing these 7 factors of enlightenment. Once we develop these 7 factors of enlightenment, we can understand, we can realize the featureless consciousness. Now this is the most important thing to understand. I recited a stanza at the very beginning of this talk, where one day a certain deity came to the Buddha and asked a question. He asked Bhante, Kuto sara nivattanti? Bhante, where do these sara means streams. There are streams. Stream flowing towards existence, bhava sota, and stream towards Dhamma, Dhamma sota. Different streams. There are streams through these 6 senses. Where do these streams stop? That is the question. Where do these streams stop? Kuto sara nivattanti? Katta vattang navattati? Bhante, where does this cycle, vatta, is completely cease? Katta vattang navattati? No more revolving. No more revolving. Where it happens? Katta namancha rupancha asesang uparujjati? Bhante, where do this nama rupa completely cease without remainder, remainderlessly cease? That is what the deity asked. Then the Buddha said, the stanza which I recited. Buddha said, Yatta apocha patavi tejo vayo na gadati? Where do this patavi, apo, tejo, vayo, these 4 elements, earth, water, fire and air, do not foot in, do not get a chance, no such things, no patavi, apo, tejo, vayo. Yatta apocha patavi tejo vayo na gadati, not footing, na gadati. Ato sara nivattanti. That is where these streams do not, these streams completely cease. Ato sara nivattanti. Etta vattang navattati. This is the place, that is the place, etta. That is the place where this cycle is no more existing. Etta vattang na vattati. It does not revolve there. The cycle is no more revolving. Etta vattang na vattati. Etta namancha rupancha asesang uparujjati. That is the place where both nama and rupa, means mentality and physicality, both mentality and physicality completely cease, remainderlessly cease. Etta namancha rupancha asesang uparujjati. What is uparujjati? Uparujjati means internally ceases. That is what happened. So that internally ceasing of both nama, rupa and all other things means whether it is earth, water, fire, air, long, short, good, bad, whatever, all these come to completely cease, come to the coolness. That is what is called featureless consciousness. That can be experienced only by practicing these 7 factors of enlightenment. Friends, this is what I wanted to emphasize today. This is what I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully, I think even for some extent, you might understand this. So, think of this again and again and try to understand this wonderful teaching of the Buddha. As we all got together today, this morning, you all observe precepts, 8 precepts, and practice the Dhamma. Now you all listen to this Dhamma talk. By doing all these good deeds, you all acquire a great deal of merit. By the power of all this merit, may we all attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.